Hello, guess what? This journal is now finished, complete. I have one page left in the back, but I'm calling it complete. It's done. It's finished. So I thought I would do a flip through for you. If you remember, this journal I made from an old catalogue and bound it with my own paper. So if you wanted to see how I made this journal, there's another video on that. It's all been taped up because it fell apart and stuff. What else do I want to say about this journal? I've loved working in it. I've really enjoyed using it a lot. I smash like receipts and stuff in it. I write to keep a written journal, and I draw and paint, and I just journal. So this isn't any particular sort of journal, it's just a journal. I do have quite a bit of writing in here, some of which is personal, so I am going to cover up that. I'm very happy to share my artwork with you and collage and like the design stuff, but there's a lot of personal writing in here as well, because when I'm working in my journal I'm not censored, and I don't think, oh, I can't do this because I might want to do a flip of it. I don't think like that. I do a journal for me. And yes, so this is just a combination of all styles of journaling brought together in one book. So I'm going to do a flip of it in a sec. If you've got any questions on any of the mediums used or how I did something, please feel free to ask. I'll try and answer any questions. But yeah, I hope you enjoy my flip through. Okay, so let's start. Here we go. So the front cover's just got a piece of like scrapbook paper. Here I have a couple of quotes from a fantastic guy, Paulus Berenson. He has a video here on YouTube called The Soul's Kitchen. Fantastic about journaling. Really enjoyed that video. So that's just a couple of quotes from him right at the very beginning of my journal there. Making your own journal deepens the intimacy and strengthens the bond. Making a book is like building a nest. Love is to pay attention and be present. A journal is one facet to explore and a place where you are whole for a moment. And I just really liked that. I thought it was really profound, so I added it to my journal. Okay. This was sort of experimental piece, just kind of getting used to the paper and to the journal. This I tried to emulate a style from a lady called Miss Stell. I'm not sure what her surname is or what her business name is, but I kind of tried to emulate the style with some like the scratching in the background and stuff. So yeah, that was just, you know, trying to get going with the journal basically. It says, remember you are loved, love you dear. Took me a while to get into this journal and to find my way, I have to say. This page was just a whole mess. I started with sort of marks and stuff left over from stencils and all that kind of stuff, and it just wasn't going anywhere for me. I just couldn't take it anywhere. It just wasn't me, so I kind of abandoned it. It says there was a time when, and just take that as you will. Oh, just to say that some pages in here, I have been doing Lifebook, and I haven't been keeping those separate. I have been doing them in this journal as well. I can't remember 100% which were classes from Lifebook, which were inspired by Lifebook, and which were me. So just to point that out. If I can remember that this definitely were inspired by Lifebook, then I will say. So I picked up some willow charcoal and decided to play around with sketching. So that was my attempt at a badger. So I should also say that this journal runs from January 2014 until April the 8th. 2014. This I remember being a prompt from Lifebook. This was to establish a word for the year, and I actually came up with 3 words for the year, which is patience, positivity and practice. So patience with myself, and to just be kinder to myself. Positivity, only to allow positivity into my life and out. And practice, because as you know, like with some art and stuff, I just want to practice more. So that was that. So there's a bit of collage there about the new year, and then I just have a little bit of writing here. This was a prompt from Lifebook to draw our guardian angel. This is my guardian angel. He's a man. I couldn't necessarily get him to come across as well as how I saw him. He was really beautiful with really chiselled features, but didn't come out as well on paper as he looks in my head, but I still really like him. And he's a tip out, and I just have some journaling on the other side there, and then underneath I've got live your life full of positivity, happiness and meaning, and that's just some like paper ephemera in the background there, and stamping and painting. This here is a sweetie bag which I ship out orders in from my Etsy shop, and it's stuck on there because the yellow matched, and inside that bag is a folded up piece of paper with journaling inside it. I was having some negative thoughts and some stuff that I wanted to get down but didn't necessarily want to see whenever I opened my journal, so I stuck it in a bag and it's in there. And just wanted to hide some of my journaling. So I have this page here with some journaling on and just a bit of art peeking out there. And then this piece here, which is paint in the back. This as a glittery piece of card. There's a massive theme in my journal this year. This journal. I tend to have themes that present themselves without necessarily me knowing, and they kind of reoccur throughout the journal. This journal was stars. For some reason, stars just kept popping up all the time. So, star. In 2014, I want to reach for the stars. So there we go. A picture of my splodgy wodgy. And then just a painting of a bunny there, because this journaling was talking about my little darling Splodgy. She's getting on. She's 8 years old now, and she's got a cyst, which they're not sure if it's a tumour or something. And I was just journaling about that, and then sort of an artistic version of her. And there we go. That was a piece that was just kind of like for the love of art. And yeah, just some random doodles. And I wrote, if it makes you happy to doodle random stuff, then doodle random stuff. So there we go. Do what makes you feel happy. This ended up now being, because I just put a picture on Instagram and someone said they really liked this. So this ended up being, I ended up getting some prints done of this as dashboards for file faxes, which I sell in my Etsy shop now. But that was not the intention when I made it. I just made it for me and just happened to put an Instagram snap of it. So that was quite cool. Moving over, this is an envelope here. So you can, you know, untwiddle that. And inside there, again, is more journaling that I wanted to keep, but didn't necessarily want to be, you know, when you turn the page, there is like negativity coming back at you. But I wanted to get it out, so it's hidden away in an envelope. This was a prompt from Lifebook. It was a bit of found poetry. So that's why it's all cut up and put on there. And then I just painted a bear, because the poem is about a bear. So I just painted a bear on there too. This was a drawing study. I found this picture on Pinterest that I really liked of this lady. Zoom in a bit for you. I saw this picture and I really loved it with the bunny and the lady. I thought it was really cute. So I decided to have a try and have a go at sketch. So I mean, I'm not happy with the sketch, but it's, you know, it's all a learning curve process. But I stick the picture in so that I could have got a reference material for when I'm looking back. This one you've seen quite a lot because I did a tutorial on this, on how to do the galaxy hair. So if you do want to do galaxy hair, then have a look for that tutorial. And so it folds over and it comes out like that. And it says, I love to watch the sky at night and dream of galaxies far, far away. And I absolutely love this. Absolutely love it so, so much. Okay, so more stars. So you can see like starry night. Some small stars there. And I have some journaling there. And then just a picture of my toes in the bath reading a book. Because I do like to put photos in with on journaling as well. Journaling. And then a piece of ephemera I liked in there. And of late, when I've been journaling, I've been using a bit of washi tape to put the date on, just to sort of separate the days, and then I write. There you go. That's just don't really know why the thinking. I think that was just a piece of art for art's sake. This was with acrylic. Just a page here about happiness, and this is just some scrapbook paper and Instagram picture I printed out with some journaling on the back, a tag that says happiness with some journaling on the back. Again, more scrapbook paper. It says life is sweet. That was for a lifebook prompt. This was a lifebook prompt. Mine looks a lot different from what everybody else did in the group, but you know, I like to, when I do an online course, I like to just take the prompt and interpret it in my own way. The background and the face was watercolour, and her hair was acrylic mixed with gesso, and I tried to make her hair look like it was candy floss. It says, sweet with a heart of cotton candy, or so they say. No, or so they tell me anyway. So there's that one. And then some lovely candy stickers that I got sent from a lovely friend. These two are Lifebook ones again. If you are interested, go to the Journal Gypsies blog, which is journalgypsies.com. I did write a post on there about having a journal slump, because I kind of did have a bit of a journal slump for a while, and I was just creating lifebook classes rather than doing any of my own journaling. But the journal slump is over, I am pleased to say. So yeah, the colours of my mind, a big old creative mess of colour, thoughts and creations. That's a spray inks there as her hair. And then this one is just random collage, and then it's actually a pop-up. I'll see if I can turn that round so you can see it pop up a little bit better. There you go. There you can see it's an actual pop-up page. It's got some toadstools, some bunnies, and a cartoon picture of myself, and that just pops up. Oh, you can see it, but yeah, it's a pop-up. So this was just all watercolour, and yeah, it's journaling on that page. This was a Valentine's spread. It's got a bit of collage there of a rose, and this is just the envelope stuck in there, and I've got my Valentine's Day card that John bought me tucked in there too. And then some journaling, some more journaling under there, some doodles, and this was acrylic paint. That was a lifebook prompt. A little sketch there of girls swinging from a cloud, and then under there is some journaling. This I titled this In the Midnight Garden, because it just made me feel like it was night time, and you know, we've got the stars there, so I just, you know, in the midnight garden is what this piece said to me. And this is all acrylic paint for the background, and then the white is with a Posca paint pen. On the page there, you may have already seen some of these because I do post them on Instagram sometimes, so some of them you may have already seen. Accept what you can't change and change what you can't accept. Sort of a self-reflection of me. Painting with fox, what does the fox say? Some journaling there about from my birthday, my 33rd birthday this year. And then I've just got like our tickets, went to the zoo, got some tickets that I've stuck in there. When spring started to kick in, I got some journaling there. I was sat out in the garden journaling. So when I do like a page of written journaling, I also try and put some like washi tape and some stickers, and just to kind of spruce up the page a bit. And then there's a watercolour picture of some daffodils, because all my daffodils, that was 9th of March, and all my daffodils were in full swing in the garden. Some more journaling. Sensing a theme here, because I keep saying there's more journaling. Again, like, you know, scrapbook pieces, some doodles, doodle of a bunny. Yeah, just a pencil black and white sketch there of a face. This was a collage piece, very much inspired by a book that I'm reading at the time, which is called The Language of Flowers. So behind here I've got some ephemera that was from another book of Language of Flowers. Yeah, I've just got washi tape with flowers on, and like old-fashioned writing, and just really inspired to kind of like, this is ink with a fountain pen, and I was just really inspired by the book. That's a tag, some stamps there with some nature botanicals on. I was sent a letter from a friend which came in this really nice envelope, and she sent me a really pretty card with it, which I cut the card down and I journaled on the cut the card down, put a bit of scrapbook paper over it, and then journaled on it. And I journaled a letter to myself. I'll read it if you like. It says, what could be more lovely than a warm weekend spent in the garden, listening to the birds singing whilst reading your book and sipping tea? There really is no greater than one of life's simple pleasures. I'm currently reading The Language of Flowers, and it is both inspiring and fascinating at the same time. Jonathan made the most amazing scones today, and we had tea on the lawn. Life by the lake in March is such a joy. Forever yours, Anna. So just a letter to myself there, and that's stuck in there. So something different. My darling, you should see the lake in March, how the light enhances the blue. If you don't know, I have a lake that's at the end of my road that you can see out of my window, and the lake itself is very inspiring, coupled with the book that I'm reading and some of these things that I received in the post, is how this page came about. A little bunny swinging from a tree. These moments, little moments, capture my heart. Now, I had already done, if you notice, I had the picture of the person swinging from the cloud. I was already into like things swinging from stuff, and I've got a whole Pinterest board on tree swings. And then one of our lifebook prompts was someone swinging from a tree, but I'd already done it, so I ended up not doing that lifebook prompt because I'd already done this one. The sort of like the meadow of flowers is actually collage of washi tape there. And I'm just going to close the blind a bit because it's starting to get a bit too bright, the sun, and you're starting to get a bit of glare. So there we go. Can't moan about the sun though. Bit of journaling on the side there, a photo, a little bit of more collage there. Hello spring, was stuck in with washi tape and stickers and all that sort of stuff. I love this kind of This kind of, you know, mixing clusters and things, a paper clip there. It's just, you know, to me it looks really pretty. That was just a biro sketch on lined paper of a stag, and I stuck that down into my journal. I got the date wrong. I put 2013 even though it should be 2014. Yeah, just some more watercolour, and these are actually highlighter pens. Another watercolour. I do a lot in watercolour. Watercolour is my favourite. I love working in watercolour, and I find it so portable, and I just love it. That was another Lifebook prompt, which I talked about in my other video that says create it. This page I shared on Journal Gypsy's blog. I planted strawberries in my garden, so I saved the plant tag, did some collage and painted a picture of strawberry shortcake in watercolour. This was a Mother's Day, bit of journaling there, and my rabbits and guinea pigs bought me a card, so I just put the envelope in and the card is in there. For my love of tea, because you all know I love my tea, just some collage in, just different washi tapes and scraps, and I just love how this looks and the colours. It's just really scrummy. I love it. I love it. I love it. Another page, just collage, washi tape. I use washi tape a lot now. Watercolour there of a sunflower with a little human face-ish. This watercolour, again, I did this is the piece that I did during the tutorial. I stuck it down in my book, and I was listening to some really crazy music at the time, and random words came out that I just wrote, and I'm not going to read it to you because you'll think, you're welcome to pause and read it, but you'll think I'm absolutely insane if I was to read it. And then this is the very last, these are the very last pages, and again, entirely watercolour. But they're kind of like Dreamcatcher, Soul Searcher. They were created at the same time as kind of opposites to each other. So there we go. That, my friends, is always a random pencil just rolled in. That is my journal. My baby. On to the next one. I hope you found that interesting or inspiring. And if you've got any questions, as I said, just let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. And I'll see you soon. Bye.